Divorce touches everyone. My own mother's been divorced 3 times.
Yeah, 3 divorces.
I met Will as he was splitting from his first wife, Cherie.
I love the Toni Braxton. She's one of my favorites. Toni is one of your favorites? Yes.
This is exciting. Table Talk has become one of my favorite shows. It's going to be the realest, the most honest.
Superstar singer and multiple Grammy winner, Toni Braxton, has endured health issues, financial struggles, and a painful public breakup from her husband of 12 years.
Only thing is missing is a martini. That's all we need is a martini to talk about divorce, the D word.
So I want to jump on here real quick and talk about Red Table Talk, child. This new episode with Toni Braxton, and she talks about her ex-husband and just divorce overall, why her relationship began to decline. She says she was diagnosed with lupus and a lot of the shows was being canceled, so she really couldn't contribute financially to the relationship like she used to. And also, when she was in the hospital, her husband's presence was kind of dwindling away. He wouldn't show up to the evening time, and then it turned into the whole day he wouldn't show up. And she kind of felt like it was because of her illness that he was just no longer interested. Now, I understand that it's a lot to process for a person when their other half is sick, so it's just a lot to deal with, but this is no time to back away. This is the time that you want to double down and ensure them that you are there for them, because it's also a self-esteem thing. You don't want to feel like that because I am not the person I used to be, that you no longer love me. They probably should have went to counseling and found out, in fact, why he was backing away. And then she could have also expressed why she feel neglected and how you don't feel like a whole person. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't do the things you normally could do. You can't be the person who you were before. So you already are suffering from low self-esteem because of that. But then the person kind of shun you, or at least that's how you perceive it. I can definitely understand how this can take a toll on the relationship. Her feelings were totally legit. Now, another issue, she said, basically they ended up getting a divorce, but they began to date each other. So again, marriage can be complicated, y'all. I'm just going to be honest. Marriage can be complicated. So I know for people who never been married, it seems like this is like crazy and far-fetched. But sometimes you got to redefine that marriage over and over and over again. You know, you do everything to make it work. So they began to date each other. What was the breaking point for her was he was due to receive alimony. She had to fulfill that obligation, and she felt like he should have declined it. I'm going to be honest. I don't think a man should be taking money away from a woman. And you can disagree with me all day long. I don't care. No man should be taking alimony from a woman or spousal support. I don't agree with it. Okay? Matter of fact, even to go further, really, I don't really get the whole thing of spousal support these days, period. Okay? This is what spousal support in my mind is for. I'm going to give you an ideal circumstance. Okay? So, and you can deviate. There's deviations, but I'm just going to give you something ideal. To me, spousal support is like if a woman married a man like young in her 20s or whatever, she was 18 or something, and she married a man and she worked at home for 20 years. She took care of the children. She cooked, she cleaned, she wiped their little behinds, dried their eyes. She took care of her husband. She made sure, his clothes was ironed, and, basically she was an at-home mother. She didn't go to college. She didn't get any kind of skills, and her husband ended up cheating on her or whatever, leaving her for another woman. Okay? And so now she's left out here in these streets with no job, no skills, really can't take care of herself, and she has to really start over from scratch. like she would have if she was 20. This to me is an ideal situation where spousal support will come up. I don't understand spousal support these days. I'm just going to be real. I don't understand why are grown, able men with careers getting money from their women. And I don't care. You could call me old fashioned. You can say it's not politically correct. Spousal support to me, a man taking money from a woman is a deal breaker. If I was out here dating and the guy told me that he was married, divorced, and he's currently getting spousal support, that would be a deal breaker for me. I'm just going to be honest, okay? To me, it's ridiculous. And it's ridiculous for a lot of these people taking money from, and you are able-bodied. Now, I understand there are some other reasons why a person may need to receive spousal support, but just looking especially at Hollywood these days, just because you are a millionaire before the divorce and afterwards you are a thousandaire, I mean, to me, I just disagree. I don't know. Okay, there, I said it. Now, Jada talked about being too immature to get a divorce. She said that she's too immature for a divorce, but she's mature in kind of redefining the relationship and staying together, once you build that. And again, to each his own. I get what she's saying. Divorces can get petty. It can get very petty because most of the time people think that they should get more than what they deserve. Basically, you're trying to compensate for all of the years that you put into the marriage, but you can never get that back. And next, Toni Braxton talked about how she felt guilty about getting the divorce because she felt that it would be harmful to the children and it'll cause baggage in their life. I don't really know what to say about that, but it's true. A lot of times children are affected in a negative way when it comes to divorce. That's just the statistics. Now, I do think that Jada Pinkett and Toni Braxton were affected negatively when their parents divorced. And that's why they feel the way they feel about divorce and how strongly they feel, especially Jada Pinkett. She don't plan on getting a divorce under any circumstance. So what I would advise is that if you have to get a divorce, then just basically try to stay cordial and try to keep the same routines. If you have two parents that love the children and put the children first, then they'll be okay. All right, y'all. So that was it. That was the meat and potatoes of the Red Table Talk Surviving Divorce with Miss Toni Braxton. So thank you so much for watching. If you like, please hit the thumbs up. And if you dislike, hit the thumbs down. I still love you. All right. Have a good one.